the supposed ceasefire, which is not happening. But
there's no need for a ceasefire. There's no fucking war. We're beyond that. We need them to stop a Holocaust. Stop calling it a ceasefire. Oh my God.
We're raging pretty hard here tonight.
That's infuriating to me. The idea that they called this a plan for a ceasefire without including the people that are being fired upon. Oh,
With that said, friend of the show, and we're going to go through the line items, but we want to get to somebody who we think very highly of. One of the first people we were fortunate enough to connect with after October 7th, 2023. Again, Monday is going to be the 2-year anniversary. Anniversary is not even the right word, but
no, we can't. It will be 2 years
later
of Holocaust.
2 years. Well, 2 years of Holocaust.
2 years of the final solution of a 77-year ethnic cleansing, project. But yes,
we will discuss that on Monday. Omar Badar is one of the best outspoken individuals on this particular issue. This is what he had to say regarding the 20-point plan that I put together that's going to have a ceasefire. Not really.
Some positive elements in this plan. It talks about how there's not going to be annexation of Gaza, how there's not going to be forced ethnic cleansing. But there is a poison pill in this deal, which basically says that Israel gets to indefinitely occupy a so-called security perimeter inside Gaza with no timeline for withdrawal. And basically Israel gets to decide on its own when it might feel like leaving, which might in fact never happen. And in that sense, it is reproducing not just a problem that has existed in Gaza, but a problem that has existed in the entire dynamic between Palestine and Israel, which is that Palestinians are being asked once again to live as a captive population under complete and total Israeli control and domination with no prospect for being a free people in their own country.
See, I don't care what it says. That's the thing. We have all the points to the plan, right? We have the 12-point plan or whatever this ridiculous nonsense is. But here's the thing. I don't care what the plan is. One, I don't believe a word that comes out of their mouths. Not even a little bit. So even if they say that's what they're going to do, it's not what they're going to do. And second of all, let's say hypothetically, it was a really grand plan and I thought it sounded great. It's fucking irrelevant. You're not including the people that the plan affects. They're not part of the discussion. So this is the caucasity of this shit is like, I just can't. It's so infuriating.
And frankly, I think right now at the rate of this genocide, with the level of starvation that Israel has imposed on Gaza, with killing nearly 100 people every single day, with snipers taking out Palestinian children, there might be a level of desperation in Gaza of people who just want the killing and the starvation to stop, that I wouldn't be surprised if there was some level of support for a ceasefire at any cost. But again, once that killing ends, people ultimately have an innate desire to be a free people. And as long as that is being denied to Palestinians, as is the case right now, this simply cannot succeed. We can't continue with this mindset of treating Palestinians as subjects that can be ruled by Israel or ruled by any foreign powers that get imposed on them. This is ultimately going to have to be up to the Palestinian people to govern themselves. And we have to recognize that you can't just solve this problem short term by imposing absurd conditions in exchange for a ceasefire when you need to be dealing with the underlying problem, and that is the denial of freedom for Palestinians.
Just look at that. And the scary part is that there are going to be people that are going to come out after the fact and say, I had no idea this was going on. I thought that they were just going after Hamas.
No, they won't. Nobody's going to say that. The receipts are too clear. Nobody's going to say that. That's why the line is where the line is. The line has been drawn. You're either on one side of it or the other side. And there's no coming back. I gave people even up to a 3-week grace period after October 7th. And I've said it before. Look, we on the people that are fighting for justice in the world, we're happy to get people at any point in their enlightenment on our side, on our mission, on what we're trying to accomplish. Like, I'll take anybody if they figure it out today. Sure. Politically, yeah, that's great. You could be on our team. Personally, no. Anybody who is not on the right side of history within the first couple of weeks of this is not anybody that I could have in my life. I just can't. No. That's just personal. Just saying.
And I'm still dealing with people that are still trying to justify what's going on.
This is why I'm a hermit. Oh, and I have to leave here. There's too many Zios here.
I don't blame you. It makes sense. But this is just the beginning. We're going to present to you the 20-point plan, the really great plan that I have. This is totally concocted, these really great ideas. I totally came up with them.
This is the colonizers' plan for the people that they're holocausting. Yeah.
President Donald Trump, comprehensive plan to end the Gaza conflict. Gaza will be de-radicalized, terror-free zone that does not pose a threat to its neighbors.
Well, then I guess the only way to make it a terror-free zone is to get the terrorists out of there, right? We could do that. Then we have to lance Israel like a fucking boil off humanity, and then those are the terrorists, and then they'll stop being there. That will solve the problem.
Gaza will be redeveloped for the benefit of the people of Gaza who have suffered more than enough.
Oh, that's nice of you. That's nice of you to acknowledge that they've suffered more than enough. How big of you?
Well, we're going to build some really beautiful golf courses, and they'll be able to play on them all day long, believe me. If both sides agree to this proposal, the war will immediately end. Israeli forces will withdraw to the agreed-upon line to prepare for a hostage release. During this time, all military operations, including aerial and artillery bombardment, will be suspended, and battle lines will remain frozen until conditions are met with the complete staged withdrawal. Interesting. Number 4. Within 72 hours of Israel publicly accepting this agreement, all hostages, alive and deceased, will be released.
Wait. Are we talking about Palestinian hostages that have been held for however, like there's 10,000 of them? Are we talking about those hostages? Because this doesn't specify which hostages they're talking about. I agree. There should be a hostage exchange. But
it's going to be about 10,000 to 1. But hey, at least it'll be done.
Once all the hostages are released, Israel will release 250 life sentence prisoners plus 1,700 Gazans who were detained. They are specifying the numbers of people they're willing to negotiate to leave when I'm going to vomit. This is so disgusting.
Well, since you started number 5, please finish it.
Fine. Prisoners since October 7, 2023, including all women and children detained in that context. For every Israeli hostage whose remains are released, Israel will release the remains of 15 deceased Gazans. Are we?
How could you not? I mean, all I could do is laugh.
I am freaking out. Like, that's insane. Oh my God, that is caucasity.
Once all hostages are returned, Hamas members who commit to peaceful coexistence and to decommission their weapons will be given amnesty. Members of Hamas who wish to leave Gaza will be provided safe passage to receive countries. I just want to
sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure you're going to throw out a fucking red carpet out for them and give them safe passage.
I just want to know who buys this. Anybody who reads this is thinking, yeah, they're totally honest operators. There's no way they would not be doing something like this. Keep going, Colin. Keep going, Colin. There you go. No, went a little too far.
Oh, leave Colin be.
There you go. Stop.
You could have just said number 7.
Okay, well, then that's what I'll do from now on. Upon acceptance of this agreement, full aid will be immediately sent into the Gaza Strip. At a minimum, aid quantities will be consistent with what was included in the January 19, 2025 agreement regarding humanitarian aid, including rehabilitation of infrastructure, water, electricity, sewage, rehabilitation of hospitals and bakeries, and entry of necessary equipment to remove rubble and open roads. Entry of distribution and aid in the Gaza Strip will proceed without interference from the two parties through the UN and its agencies in the Red Crescent, in addition to other international institutions not associated in any manner with either party. Opening the Rafah crossing in both directions will be subject to the same mechanism implemented under the January 19, 2025 agreement. Jen, your turn.
I just need to tell Paul King, it's not Jews, it's Israelis and Zios. I'm Jewish. I'm not, I hope I can be forgiven. So let's try to tone it down in there. All right. Number 9, Gaza will be, this has, is this what we're talking about? Fucking Tony Blair is coming in like the colonizing mayor of Gaza. I can't. Like, I don't even know how to process.
I'll say this, but I've said it before. I'll say it again. What the fuck do they have on Trump?
Gaza will be governed under the temporary transitional governance of a technocratic, apolitical Palestinian committee responsible for delivering the day-to-day running of public services and municipalities for the people of Gaza. You mean like you've kept it how it was in the first place, except now the committee will be made up of qualified Palestinians and international experts. Now, I am curious what a qualified Palestinian is. Qualified by whom? Qualified to be your bitch and sell out their own people like Jews were capos, like that? Yeah, that's what we're talking about. You'll find acceptable Palestinians, qualified. I'm sorry. Oversight and supervision by a new international transitional body, the Board of Peace. Interesting when we just switched over to the Department of War. We'll get back to that. Which will be headed and chaired by President Donald J. Trump. So he's the chair of the Board of Peace. Okay. Okay. With other members and heads of state to be announced, including former war criminal Prime Minister Tony Blair. This body will set the framework and handle the funding. Yes, because that's what we're going to trust. We're going to trust somebody who's filed bankruptcy 100 times and has been impeached twice to handle the money. And then this total war criminal piece of shit that I'm pretty sure everyone in the UK hates. So I don't know, these people just will not go away. They won't go away. They need the hook. That's what my mom used to say. Give them the hook. I can't. Okay, so they're in charge of the money. This body will set the framework for the redevelopment of Gaza until such time as the Palestinian Authority has completed its reform program as outlined in various proposals, including President Trump's peace plan in 2020. So you're really, this is like reminding me of the reprogramming of Native people in this country to special schools to you want to reprogram the Native out of them. So they have to complete the reform program. Okay. In the Saudi-French proposal can securely and effectively take back control of Gaza. Yeah, no. Take your white supremacist colonizing shit and shove it up your ass. Nobody wants this plan. Like that. Nope. I am so angry.
Finish it, please.
I can't. Just keep going. We got the gist of point number 5 or 9 or whatever.
This body will call on best international standards to create modern and efficient government that serves the people of Gaza and is conducive to attracting investment. Well, there it is. It's all about investment in the end. Keep scrolling, Colin. Let's get to number 10. Number 10, a Trump economic development plan to rebuild and energize Gaza will be created by convening a panel of experts who have helped birth some of the thriving modern miracle cities in the Middle East. Again, the whole idea is to westernize Gaza.
They want to make it into, they want to do Dubai. And by the way, the same type of people that are Zios are the same type of people that vacation in Dubai. Same people.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Many thoughtful investment proposals. It's so clear as day what they're fucking doing. And exciting development ideas have been crafted by well-meaning international groups and will be considered to synthesize the security and governance frameworks to attract and facilitate these investments that will create jobs, opportunity, and hope for future Gaza. Number 11. A special economic zone will be established with preferred tariff and access rates to be negotiated with participating countries.
So basically sort of like a tax haven is what you're saying, right? Like you're creating like a nice haven for the criminals that are investing in this. That the Gaza Riviera, right? Like Dubai, a lot of beachfront property, right? Jared Kushner, that's what you're working on. And so you want to have a special economic zone so that you can do it without paying for it, right? Like you're going to even try to launder the money that you're making off of dead Palestinians. You disgusting people.
Number 12.
You can't make this shit up.
No one will be forced to leave Gaza, and those who wish to leave will be free to do so and free to return. We will encourage people to stay and offer them the opportunity to build a better Gaza. It's
okay. First of all, they are never letting you come back if you leave, and people know that. You can't believe a word that comes out of their mouths, but they're free to leave. But they've been living in a concentration camp and being bombed extensively for 2 years. So where are they free to go? And you revoked all their visas. So they can't even come here when we blow off their arms and legs, and the children can't even come here for treatment because you're not allowing them to have visas. So where the fuck are they free to go? And they have no passport. They have nothing.
Unlucky number 13, and we all know this one will probably be really bad. Hamas and other factions agree to not have any role in the governance of Gaza, directly, indirectly, or in any form. All military, terror, and offensive infrastructure, including tunnels and weapons production facilities, will be destroyed and not rebuilt. There will be a process of demilitarization of Gaza under the supervision of independent monitors, which will include placing weapons permanently beyond use through an agreed process of decommissioning and supported by an internationally funded buyback and reintegration program, all verified by the independent monitors. New Gaza, as it's being called, will be fully committed to building a prosperous economy and to a peaceful coexistence with their neighbors. So basically what they're telling you is, and this is unlucky number 13, you cannot defend yourselves. You have no protections. This is why I'm a huge advocate for the Constitution in particular. As much as I am the First Amendment, I'm an advocate for the Second Amendment, and I don't even have a gun. But you know what? At least you're allowed to be armed if you want to be in this country. They're basically telling you, you have no way of being armed. You can't protect yourself. This is a police state if you haven't been paying attention.
Well, look what they did to Libya. Well, you disarm and we'll take care of you. Yeah, we see how that worked out. Let me tell you something, like heads up, note to Iran, build the nuke. Build the nuke. Build whatever do not believe a word that comes out of these people's mouth. We're like basically hostages here. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like SOS to the Persians, to the Chinese, to the Russians, SOS. Like we are in free fall.
Number 14, a guarantee will be provided by regional partners to ensure that Hamas and the factions comply with their obligations, and that they're calling it New Gaza. That is such a Western.
It's colonizing. It's colonial words. Yeah,
that's what it is. Poses no threat to its neighbors or its people. Number 15. The U.S. will work with Arab and international partners to develop a temporary international stabilization force, or the ISF, to immediately deploy in Gaza. The ISF will train and provide support to vetted Palestinian police forces in Gaza and will consult with Jordan and Egypt, who have extensive experience in this field.
You mean they're on the payroll? That's what you mean. You mean that Jordan and Egypt are on our payroll so that they'll just do whatever you say. That's translation. Sorry. I digress.
This force will be long-term internal security solution. The ISF will work with Israel and Egypt to help secure border areas, along with newly trained Palestinian police forces. It is critical to prevent munitions from entering Gaza and to facilitate the rapid and secure flow of goods to rebuild and revitalize Gaza. A deconfliction mechanism will be agreed upon by the parties.
Which parties?
Not Palestinians. Scroll down, scroll up, Colin, please.
This is never going to happen, by the way. This is never going to happen. That's how stupid this is.
Hey, you only needed to put in one poison pill policy in the point plan. Instead, you basically made the entire thing a poison pill, which I'm sure was the intention anyway.
This is one of, I don't think that I've seen something like this colonizing this empire, this brazenly bigoted white supremacist document since like the Monroe Doctrine. You know what I mean? Like this is absurd. It's like fiction.
It is.
I am just like, I don't even, this will never fucking happen. This will never happen. The Palestinians will never agree to this bullshit. Never. So which I think they know that too. Of course they know that.
Of course. Sweet 16. Israel will not occupy or annex Gaza as the ISF establishes control and stability. The IDF or the IOF will withdraw based on standards, milestones, and timeframes linked to demilitarization that will be agreed upon between the IDF, ISF, the guarantors, and the U.S. with the objective of a secure Gaza that no longer poses a threat to Israel, Egypt, or its citizens. Practically, the IDF will progressively hand over the Gaza territory it occupies to the ISF, according to an agreement they will make with the transitional authority until they are withdrawn completely from Gaza, save for a security perimeter presence that will remain until Gaza is properly secure from any resurgent terror threat. I think we all know what this means. The whole point.
How many more ridiculous points are there to this stupid thing?
Just these and one more.
This is just absurd.
You want to read one?
This is like, no, I know this is one of those things where you'll call me wokey, okay? And I get it, but this is actually just so disgustingly bigoted on its face.
It is.
It's just.
The whole point of it, I want you to read the next one.
In the event, this is number 17, in the event Hamas delays or rejects this proposal, the above, including the scaled up aid operation, will proceed in the terror-free areas handed over from the IOF to the ISF. Oh, well, that's nice. So now we're going to bring in some more like private contractors and shit so people can profit off of this ridiculous plan that will never do anything.
Mm-hmm. The whole point is to dehumanize them. Number 8. We'll post game it in a second. Number 8.
Freaking out.
An interfaith dialogue. Interfaith dialogue.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's a religious problem.
An interfaith dialogue process will be established based on the values of tolerance and peaceful coexistence to try and change mindsets and narratives of Palestinians and Israelis by emphasizing the benefits that can be derived from peace.
You're a fucking moron. Whoever wrote this is a fucking moron.
Feeling like George W. Bush right now. Number 19, while Gaza redevelopment advances and when the PA reform program is faithfully carried out, the conditions may finally be in place for a credible pathway to Palestinian self-determination and statehood, which we recognize as the aspiration of the Palestinian people. You know what they're not telling you about this, ladies and gentlemen, is that the timeline for things like this are going to be about 100 years. By the time it's over, no one will have remembered, and they'll just create a new doctrine.
This will go down like in his. First of all, this isn't going to happen. Okay, no. So let's put that out there. This is absurd for so many reasons. It looks like it's written by a salesman at a sales meeting, trying to like, get their margins up and shit. So like, this is just silly.
And last, do you want to read the last one?
This will go down historically as like the last colonial edict document before the world has just fucking had it. This will be the last colonizing document from American/Israel empire that will be on record, will be this piece of shit thing.
You want to read the last one?
20.
There it is.
The United States will establish a dialogue between Israel and the Palestinians to agree on a political horizon for peaceful and prosperous coexistence. Well, maybe you would need, Israel to, just go away, because they're not going to ever accept a Palestinian state. Netanyahu just said it recently, Milikowski, about there will never be a Palestinian state. And yet we keep putting out information from our politics saying 2 state. Well, Does Israel know that? Because Israel is not having a Palestinian state next door to it. This thing is ridiculous.
You put all of this work together only to have Milikowski make this statement right after it was released.
איך אתה מסכם את הביקור?
זה היה ביקור מצוין. גם ההתחלה באום וגם הסיום בוושינגטון. זה הביקור הרביעי שלי בוושינגטון מאז שהנשיא טראמפ נבחר. זה ביקור היסטורי. במקום שהחמאס יבודד אותנו, הפכנו את היוצרות ובודדנו את החמאס. עכשיו כל העולם, גם העולם הערבי והמוסלמי, לוחץ על החמאס לקבל את התנאים שהצבנו יחד עם הנשיא טראמפ, לשרת כל חטופינו, החיים והחללים כאחד, כשצה"ל נשאר ברוב הרצועה. מי היה מאמין לזה? הרי כל הזמן אומרים, אתה חייב לקבל את התנאים של החמאס, להוציא את כולם, צה"ל צריך לצאת החוצה.
Is the whole thing in Hebrew? Is the whole thing in Hebrew?
Yes.
Okay, so then we know that that's who he's talking to. He's talking to Israelis. That's who he's talking to. That's his audience. So he's gonna, make it look like it's all that and then some. Because and they believe his shit, I guess. I mean, even the ones that hate him, I don't even know if they realize what a pathological liar. I don't know. But if he's talking, I mean, this is for his own little Israeli audience.
חמאס יכול להשתקם, הוא יכול גם לשקם את הרצועה. לא ולא, זה לא קורה. ההפך, והנשיא טראמפ הוסיף שאם החמאס יסרב, הוא ייתן כל הגיבוי לישראל להשלים את הפעולה הצבאית לחיסולו. ולכן אני חושב
Just read that again.
That's why I think from every perspective, the military operation and eliminate them. Yeah.
That's what they're going to do, and that's what they've been doing.
Well, which is part of why this plan is another part where it's ridiculous. It's okay. So now they're going to let in, they're saying in theory, if Hamas agrees to all this, the Palestinians agree to all this, that they'll start letting aid in. We're past like stage 5 famine.
I thought it was Hamas that wasn't allowing the aid in.
Right. So we're past the point of being able to just let aid in. We're so far past this. We're so far past that. The only way this is ending is with the end of the Zio state.
That's it.
Yeah. That's the only way this is ending.
The only way.
ולכן אני חושב שמכל צד זה היה ביקור מצוין.
ראש הממשלה, יש שאלה שנשאלת, האם הסכמתם למדינה פלסטינית?
ממש לא. זה גם לא כתוב בהסכם. אבל דבר אחד כן אמרנו, שאנחנו נתנגד בתוקף למדינה פלסטינית. הנשיא טראמפ גם
And for people listening, he's saying he opposes a Palestinian state. And that it would be a reward for terrorism.
תודה רבה, ראש הממשלה.
The reward for terrorism is having a Zio state. That's the reward for terrorism.
You have the president of the United States putting together a plan, which is a joke on its face. But the fact that he said that there will be an establishment of a Palestinian state as part of this agreement, which Netanyahu stands in a press conference with, supposedly supporting. And then he goes and talks to his real people and says, there is no way something like that is ever going to happen.
No. Right. You can't look.
I mean, who's in charge?
Well, that would be the military industrial complex. That would be deep state. That would be empire. I mean, that's a lot of people who are in charge. He's just trying to cover his own ass because he knows as soon as it's over for him. So, I mean, he's just a narcissist. And in terms of what he's doing is just for himself.